How's it going, everybody? And welcome to part one in a three-part series that's going to focus on taking the traditional clave rhythm and using it to groove on the drum set. So this particular lesson, lesson one, is for more of a beginner to intermediate kind of level. The next one is going to be more of an intermediate to advanced, and the final and third installation is going to be advanced. Okay, so for this lesson, we're actually going to be focusing on two different variations of the traditional clave rhythm. We're going to be playing what's called 3-2 son clave and 3-2 rumba clave. Now, for those who don't know, clave is traditionally played as a 2-bar phrase, but we're going to be using it in a 1-bar setting for this particular lesson. So we're going to be counting everything in 16th notes. So if you don't know what 3-2 son clave is, it would go like this. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. And the 3-2 rumba clave would go like this. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Okay, so basically for this exercise we have two different types of grooves that we're going to be playing. We're going to be playing a hip-hop funk style groove and like a reggae one-drop style groove. And what we're doing is in each style we're going to be trying to voice the son and rumba clave. So, for example, in the hip-hop and funk groove, what we're going to be doing is playing 16th notes on our hi-hat. We're going to have a simple 2 and 4 backbeat on the snare. But our right foot on the bass drum is actually going to be playing the 3-2 son clave rhythm. Okay? Then we're going to do the same thing, only voicing the rumba clave rhythm. All right? After that, with the reggae, one-drop kind of feel, we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to take the son clave, and then we're going to take the rumba clave. So first, let's take a look at the hip-hop funk groove using the 3-2 son clave. Okay, so let's take it really slow first. On the hi-hat, we just have 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, over and over, okay? Now our snare drum is on 2 and 4, so 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Now we're going to add in the bass drum, which is the clave. So if you remember, okay, 3-2 son clave would go like this. Okay, now we just add that snare drum back in on 2 and 4. Clave being used to groove. And you could take out the bass drum on 4 because the snare drum completes the clave phrase. Okay, so now let's take a look at the same funk and hip-hop groove, only using the rumba clave. Okay, so now let's take a look at it slow. Again, we have 16th notes on the hi-hat. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4. And our snare drum again is on 2 and 4, giving us a simple backbeat. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, okay? And again, we're going to add in the clave on our right foot, the bass drum. And this time, it's the rumba clave. And if you don't remember how that goes, it goes like this. Ready? 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. And just add the snare bass drum sometimes. The snare drum again, sweet phrase. Or put it back in. Alright, so now that we have a funk and hip-hop thing kind of happening, let's go towards more of a reggae one-drop feel. Now, traditionally, a one-drop is a reggae groove that you would recognize like this. And that refers to the bass drum hitting once in each measure. It's usually on the 3. In this particular exercise today, what we're doing is we're giving a one-drop feel, but we actually have 2 bass drums happening in the measure. Okay, so it's not a traditional one-drop, but it does have a one-drop feel to it. Now for this reggae groove, we're actually going to be voicing the clave using our cross stick. Okay, now our right hand is still going to be doing 16th notes on the hi-hat, and our left foot is just dropping in on 2 and on 4. So here's a demonstration. Alright, so now let's take a look at it slowly. So again, we have just 16th notes on the hi-hat. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and 4 E. And we have the bass drum on 2 and 4. 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Okay? And now, if you remember, the 3-2 song clave is 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. And now, just add the bass drum back in, and you have the groove. Ready? 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So now let's take a look at the same groove, only using the rumba clave. Okay, so again, let's take it slowly. We have 16th notes on the hi-hat. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and. Bass drum is on 2 and 4. Okay? So we have 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and. Okay? And if you remember, the rumba clave goes like this. Ready? 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and. Okay, so this was a very basic introduction to how you could use the clave as a groove on your drum kit. But the next installation in this series is going to be a bit more challenging. We're going to kind of use our leading hand to be doing a bit of clave rhythms. And it gets a little more challenging, but it's a lot more fun. And in the third installation, it's going to be advanced. We're going to be working some serious independence into this with some serious neck-breaking grooves. So if this is where you're at right now, take your time, work on this. There's going to be more lessons waiting for you when you're ready. There's no need to rush. I'm not going anywhere. The lesson's going to be here for you. So I hope you guys had a good time and that you learned something here, and I hope to see you in Lesson 2. Till then, practice hard, play harder. Take care, guys.